Good morning. It is Friday. I'm Mike DiGiacomo.
And I'm Mary Nelson.
That's
Glad to
right.
have you here.
And we're skipping ahead a little bit in the show because of that CBS News special report,
That's right?
We're talking about smiles. Let me see your smile this morning. That's a good
Is it
smile,
clean?
right?
I don't have any breakfast in
No,
between.
it looks good, looks good. And dental health is just, it's not just about having a nice smile,
That's
though,
right.
right? There's a little bit more to it. As adults, it can affect our overall health.
And the same is true for kids. OneWorld Community Health Centers provide care, starting with that very first tooth.
And Dr. Carrie Olbrey is a dentist. Thanks for joining us today,
Nice to
Doctor.
see
Good
you.
to see you. It's not just about the smile, is it? There's more to dental health?
Of course, yes. You got to take care of those teeth.
What kinds of services do you offer at OneWorld, and at which locations? Because you have more than the one.
We do. We have 3 locations, one at the Livestock Exchange Building, another in Northwest Omaha, and one at West Omaha.
And then you're on the go with your mobile, and
I
we can get to that.
That's
But
right.
what are you doing for the kids, primarily, since you see the little ones?
Sure.
How do you help them?
You know, we just try to teach them good oral hygiene, brushing twice daily, coming into the dentist regularly, that type of thing. And also just making sure that we're taking care of their dental needs, taking care of those cavities.
Can we talk to parents for a second?
Sure.
Okay, let's talk to parents, because parents are out there trying to figure out, how do you start with dental health when infants,
Sure.
toddlers, where do you start?
So, we recommend that as soon as your baby gets those first teeth, go ahead and schedule them for that first checkup. That way we can get them off on the right foot. We also recommend, making sure that you're brushing their teeth twice a day with just a smear of toothpaste. Kids over 2 years old, we recommend more like a pea size. And always remember to brush your children's teeth until about the age of 8, just because they don't have that manual dexterity to properly brush.
Really?
Do you not want to use the fluoride when the kids are young? Because I know they have different toothpaste for kids because it's fluoride free.
No, we recommend go ahead and start with that fluoride. Just
Start with
remember
fluoride,
when
okay.
they're little, because they can swallow just a very small amount, so it won't do any harm.
Cavities, how do they form?
A cavity is a hole in your tooth. It's caused by bacteria that feed off the starches and sugars that we consume. So you want to make sure, like I said, that you're brushing, but also coming in regularly for that exam, because if they do find a cavity, removing it and placing a filling can usually do the trick.
Yeah, and and I keep going back to fluoride, I don't know why, but what does the fluoride do to help protect your teeth? Because it's in our water, there's a number of ways to get fluoride.
So, the fluoride just fights that acid that the bacteria produces, and it also can remineralize your teeth. So it's pretty interesting. If you have the very early stages of a cavity, fluoride can actually stop and reverse that process. So it's really important, and your children should be getting it at every dental visit, in their toothpaste, adults as well, and also in their drinking water. So just a quick point, if your child is only drinking bottled water, probably not getting enough fluoride, and you'll want to look into getting some supplements.
That's interesting. You mentioned fillings, but there's something else that we might hear about, and that's sealants.
Sure.
How are those different from fillings, and what's the benefit of getting them?
So, your back teeth have really deep grooves on them, and bacteria love to harbor and cause cavities in those areas. So a sealant is just a thin protective coating that covers the tops of the teeth and kind of prevents those the bacteria from getting in those grooves. It's just another great
The
tool.
sealant, is that a permanent?
It is permanent. However, we do find that over time they can kind of wear off and they may need to get redone.
And as adults, should we get those put on as well, or after?
After you become an adult, it's not usually recommended. If you're able to keep that area clean by adulthood, we don't usually do it in adults. It's the kids that are eating the sticky foods and things like that.
Let's talk about access. And I mentioned your mobile, and you go out and meet kids where they are to make sure they're getting the care they need.
Sure.
How does that fit into the mission of OneWorld?
Well, it's just helping people that need help and making sure that we can get to them if they can't come to us. We want to make sure kids are, getting the dental care that they need and setting them up for a healthy dental life.
We have some information to show you about OneWorld. There's a website on your screen now. It's oneworldomaha.org. Here's the website, and you can learn more there about that main location. So if you think about OneWorld and the Livestock Exchange building, but then there are these other clinics throughout the area, really kind of underlining that message of access, I think, all over. So they are where you are. And then the number is 734-4110 in case you have any questions about what Dr. Olbrey has mentioned for us today. Do call. But before we let you go, there are a couple of special people in your life who are watching now.
Yes, I'd like to say hi to my daughter Alyssa and my son Sam.
And
I
your
love you.
husband who's
And
taking
my
care of it.
husband.
Oh, don't forget about that.
And everyone at OneWorld, have a great day.
Oh, so sweet. Thank you for being
Thank
with
you
us.
so much.
Thanks,
We
Doctor.
Have a
appreciate
great day.
you.
You too.
And we're back in a few minutes.